There I was, sitting on the bathroom floor, clutching my knees to my chest. I couldn't explain the tears streaming down my face. There was no immediate tragedy, no obvious reason for the ache in my heart or the heaviness in my body. But I felt empty, disconnected, as though the very core of me had been hollowed out. The room was dimly lit by the flicker of a candle on the counter, the cool tiles pressed against my legs, grounding me, but my body felt foreign. A sharp pain pulsed low in my pelvis, the same ache I had ignored for years. It wasn't just physical, it was deeper, more insistent, like a whisper. I couldn't quite hear, but also couldn't shut out. It felt as if my body was trying to tell me something, but I didn't know how to listen. I had spent years pushing forward, ignoring the tension in my hips, the irregular cycles, and the dull ache that would come and go. I thought it was normal, something all women dealt with. Between work deadlines, family obligations, and the endless grind of proving my worth, there was no space for me to pause and ask why my body felt so out of sync. But now, on that bathroom floor, I realized I had been living as a stranger in my own body. I couldn't ignore the whisper anymore. It was becoming a scream. Desperate for answers, I stumbled across a passage in Tammy Lynn Kent's Wild Feminine book. It spoke of the pelvis as a woman's sacred center, the seat of her creativity, vitality, and power. When we lose connection with this space, she wrote, we lose access to the wild, instinctual part of ourselves. Her words pierced through me. I realized I wasn't just physically disconnected, I had abandoned the most sacred part of me, my feminine core. That night, I made a quiet vow to find my way back to myself. My search led me to holistic pelvic care, a practice rooted in reconnecting women with their pelvic bowl. This vital space so often ignored or dismissed, I was now caring for. At my first session, I was skeptical. I lay on the table, unsure of what to expect. That practitioner guided me gently, helping me tune into the subtle energy of my pelvis. I began to notice the tension I had been carrying, not just in my body, but in my emotions and spirit. With each session, I uncovered layers of pain I hadn't realized I was holding, the shame of years of suppressing my needs, the grief of old relationships, the pressure to be everything for everyone else. Through breath work, hands-on care, and visualization, I learned to release these burdens. My pelvis, once a place of pain, became a sanctuary, a source of creativity, pleasure, and strength. But it wasn't just about physically healing. Holistic pelvic care gave me permission to honor myself in a way I never had before. I began to listen to my body's whispers, to trust its wisdom, to move through life with a sense of rootedness I had long forgotten. 6 months after my first session, I looked in the mirror and saw a woman I barely recognized. Not because my body had changed, but because my energy had. I walked with ease, smiled with authenticity, and approached life with an inner strength that felt unshakable. The tension in my hips was gone, my cycles were regular, and I no longer felt like a stranger in my own skin. My pelvis had become my anchor, my guide, a reminder that my power comes from within. What I learned in this, when we reconnect with our pelvis, we reconnect with our wild, feminine essence. It's not just about addressing physical pain or discomfort. It's about reclaiming the parts of us we've silenced for too long. Holistic pelvic care is more than a practice. It is a way, an invitation to return home to yourself, to trust your body, and to step into your fullness of your power. If you've ever felt like something is missing, if you ignored the whispers of your body, I want you to know you can find your way back. It starts with one step, one moment of listening, because your body holds the answers and it's just waiting for you to hear.